Today we're making spaghetti sauce. Call it bolognese, call it a meat sauce, a red sauce, call it whatever you want to. I call it delicious. There's a reason why our moms and our grandmas made it every week. It is so versatile. You make a big vat of it and then you can use it anytime. Put it in the freezer. Put it on pasta, on eggplant. Use it in your lasagna, ravioli, you name it. All purpose, but with a depth of flavor. It is so yummy. And I'm going to show you how to make it using simple quality ingredients. It is the rule of threes. 3 meats, 3 liquids, 3 aromatics, and 3 herbs. And you can mix it up. If you don't want to use hot Italian sausage, use sweet. If you want to use rosemary instead of basil, you do you. This looks like a lot, but it's really not. And it's all going in one pot, so it could not be simpler. This is not a crock pot recipe. We're going to cook here today. I've been making it for 40 years. I always use equal parts ground beef, hot Italian sausage, and mild. And I always use San Marzano tomatoes. As soon as you open up the can, you're like, wow, bright red. They look like they were just picked. They're in your grocery store. Check them out. In your Dutch oven or a big pot, caramelize your onions. A little bit of olive oil. This takes like 10 or 15 minutes. This is the longest part, but it's worth it. Some chicken stock, and then you get this. That's what we're talking about. Take the onions out, and we're going to aggressively brown the meat on medium high, the sausages, all of it, to get the most that we can possibly get out of every ingredient. Then throw in the garlic and the celery. We're going to throw in the herbs. The liquids are the tomatoes, chicken stock, and red wine. If you don't want to use red wine, I don't know, throw white wine in there. If you're using fresh herbs, tie them in a bundle like that, because it's really hard to strip them when they're fresh. You throw it in there, and I'm going to show you how that works out later. Or use dried herbs. It doesn't matter. After an hour, this is what you've got. Put the lid back on. There's your obligatory slow-mo shot. You're welcome. This total process probably takes an hour and a half. And the smell in your kitchen. Look at the color. Now you can tell we're ready. They've all come together. We're going to taste it. If it's a little too acidic, put a pinch of sugar in it. If it needs more herb, throw in more herb. Cook it for 5 more minutes. Now, that's what I'm talking about. You just pull the stems out. So simple. I don't want this chunky sauce because it doesn't really go on everything. This is going to be a little black dress of sauce. I'm going to use my immersion blender, stick blender, whatever you want to call it. These are great. They're not expensive. They're an awesome kitchen tool to have. And look at the sauce I'm making. Now, you think that's going to go in lasagna? You know it is. If you don't have that blender, use your potato masher. You're going to have to work at it a little bit, but you'll still get there. In this world of everything in 2 minutes, and we have anything delivered to our DoorDash or 7-minute abs, let's slow down. Take a deep breath. Make something like Mama used to make. It's worth the effort. What a great thing to do on Sunday morning, and then football's on, and then dinner's ready to go. Thank you so much for coming to Mama Bruno's Kitchen. I love cooking with you guys. The recipes are in the description.